Meaning, and welcome to Hale Downs networking industry. Today, Humus Contractors. We are a humus contractor. Humus meaning the organic component of soil, decomposition by microorganisms, and water management practices. Water management will be covered in another tutorial, but it does help within water management. So the meaning of farmers, making one living by producing products, by growing crops and animals. I like to think farmers are geo-engineers who redevelop land soils to reproduce crops in mass. What HDNI do today will last your lifetime and your children's lifetime. See, our network is pioneers on meditation and microbiology, which the team likes to skip and whistle over the land soils throughout Australia, creating minimal footprint but having a massive impact. 1% of humus, which has been covered in another tutorial, that just 1% of pure humus, which we can redevelop in mass, on 1 hectare equals 170,000 litres of water of moisture, which is captured within the humus layers, which is the water holding capacity basically. So below you'll see a wiki link on what humus is and what it can do for you, but it's more to the point what we can do for the earth, and we're helping you understand how evolution works, how life works on a very small scale. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm just about to head out to have a look at a farmer's property, and I thought I might share this video with you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and jump down below, leave a comment in the comments section if required. If you'd like to know more, or if you want to contact us, you can find us on Google. So humus. Increasing the humus increases cover crops density and will decrease evaporation, increases windbreaks and shades terra firma, which increases soil biota, and the soil's holding capacity with swales. This will increase moisture and can harvest up to 5 million litres, returning deserts to downs. So carbon to nitrogen in humus. Our humus that we apply would be in the range of 13 to 1, which is 13% carbon to 1% nitrogen. Now that's pretty much as pure humus that you could get. I highly doubt you could get any more than that. This is an organic matter that's been harvested from the Earth's soil for millions of years, which has broken down and created that humus. So humus soil, just what you would find in a rainforest, would be on average, don't quote me, but our researchers and developers estimate a 10 to 1, so 10% humus to 1% nitrogen. But we can also do a compost, which isn't quite humus, but it's on its way. It takes about 1.6 years to create full humus. So the compost is about 6 to 1, which is more organic matter than anything. And I highly recommend that compost is not humus. On the field, regular season to season practices, if you were to suggest, or if we were to suggest, applying 2 parts dicots to 1 part monocot. Now, what's a dicot? It's a brown leaf and it's carbon, to 1 part monocot, which is grasses, which is green grasses, which is equal to nitrogen. Now, this carbon to nitrogen is 2 to 1. That continues the cycle through the seasons and continues the biology within the soil. Cow manure is part carbon and part nitrogen, depending on if it's fresh or if it's been dried out on concrete. But this is a very, very good basic redevelopment of soil. That is why cows and livestock, I couldn't stress it anymore, is important to have them in mass. Now, you don't need moisture, you don't need rain. What do cows do? They travel across the land and leave, excuse my French, but they pee and they defecate, leaving manure. This pee that they drop onto the ground is in gallons, like big amounts. Now, if you've got the humus, it captures the nitrogen, and which is in the cow pee, and the manure allows the process of the humus to develop over seasons, which lands on top of the carbon, which is the dried grasses, and that's been folded over by the cow. This is why Hale Downs Networking Industry have sat here today to explain to you how humus develops. So, added extras. You could add in fish to dams, which is an ecosystem. So fish create, they pee as well, and which equals minerals that the cow drinks out of the dam and then applies that to the surface of the farms. So if your dams are not alive, then your water's not alive, then your cow's not really applying a live solution to the ground. It's just applying water. So you need those minerals to come from birds and from other areas within the world, and livestock migration and all the rest of it. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, so I'll get back to it. So cows drink and apply to the field. If you add seaweed to fresh water to dams, so seaweed like freshwater seaweed, to dams for minerals for long-term use, this is great. Do it. This would be amazing for your cows. Very, very, very rich in calcium and a whole heap of other areas that really any land, any dirt, any soil, any animal is required to increase their minerals, even humans. So there's other sources. We have other areas which are biochar and fungi and humus and manures, and all these come into just one whole business, which develop three inclusions in redeveloping land soils. So if you had calcium and applied it to the surface, this allows the P and K, phosphorus and potassium, to travel through the soil when added to humus. So how does P and K travel through soil with calcium? Well, calcium attaches itself to the nutrients, and it just drags it down into the soil. This is only 1% really, 1% of the whole aspect of redeveloping soils. So please, if you need help, if you want to recover your lands through winter, If you're in drought and you need help, do not hesitate to contact us. We're here to help you and help the world reverse climate change. And our redevelopment of grasslands it's an amazing service. And if you could share us, like us, give us the thumbs up Aussies on our videos below. We will be covering another section on humus next week, on today being Friday, and I hope to see you back here next week in regards to humus applications. Thank you again from Howden's Networking Industry. There is links below. Don't forget to go down and read the description and travel to the links in regards to knowing more about humus. Welcome to HDNI.